Shall I start now? So everyone written the heading. So that is what pulley, wedge and constraint. Okay. So in this topic, what we are going to learn is there will be a wedge, there will be a block, or there will be many pulleys which are being interconnected with each other. Okay. And still we are not going to discuss what? Friction. I got my point. So consider, let us try to understand what we are going to learn in this topic. So consider there is a surface. There is a surface, and on this surface, consider there is a rectangular wedge is being kept, and this wedge is having an angle theta, angle of inclination. Okay, and let's say this one is named as A, and one more block is being kept on this inclined surface. Let's say this is B. Okay, one is wedge, one is what? Your block. And also consider there is a person who is standing, so this name is M, a person who is standing on the wedge, and one more person is standing on the ground. Why I am considering two persons with two different point of views or the point of observation? Why? Because in this topic, they can ask you the question, find out the velocity or the acceleration of this block B, with respect to this wedge, or they can ask you find out the velocity or the acceleration with respect to the ground. Okay, this person is standing on the ground and this person is standing on what? The wedge. Okay, now let us say, consider this wedge is going in this direction by v1 velocity. The question is, tell me the direction of velocity. With respect to this man and with respect to this man. The person who is standing on the wedge and the person who is standing on the ground. So, whenever we are talking about the relative velocity, yes or no, even if I keep the observer on a particular frame, that frame should be considered as at rest. Yes or no? Okay. So, let us discuss with what? The person who is standing on this wedge. Okay. This wedge is moving in this direction by v1 velocity. So, according to this person, can I say that this block will be moving in this direction, let's say by v2 velocity? Can I say that? Okay. So, can I also say that this v2 is nothing but velocity of block with respect to what? Wedge. Can I say that? Yes or no? Okay. Now, can I say that this one v1 is going, that means block A is, wedge A is going in this direction by v1 velocity, and this is the direction of what? v2. And this v2 is according to whom? Yes, very good. So, v2 is velocity with respect to wedge. I got my point? Okay. Now, same question if I ask the person who is standing on the ground. Can he also say that v2 will be the direction of velocity? No. Can I say that v1 and v2's resultant will be the velocity for that person who is standing on the ground? Yes or no? So, always remember, this will be the direction of what? Let's say V. V will be the direction of what? Velocity with respect to ground. I got my point? Okay. Now, if I want to write the equation, what is the velocity of this block? V2. V2 is the velocity according to whom? The person who is standing on the wedge. That means, can I say that velocity of B with respect to A is nothing but V2? Can I write like this? Or can I also write this as VB minus of VA, which is equals to V2? Can I? So, can I say that this is nothing but velocity of block with respect to, B with respect to ground is equals to V2 plus of V1. Same, the resultant. I got my point. So, always remember what they are asking the question. Are they asking the question with respect to the wedge, or are they asking with respect to the ground? Got my point? Answers will be different. Yes or no? Now, example number 1. Okay, the question is given like this. Consider this is the surface, and I will explain two methods to do these answers. Your wish, you can do with any method. Okay. Consider here is the surface, and on this surface, consider one wedge is being kept like this, a triangular wedge again, making an angle theta, whatever the angle value is. Okay, let me generalize the first question. Okay, and on this wedge, consider one block is being kept like this, and this block is being connected with what? The pulley, and this one is being like this here. Okay, so this one is your wedge and this one is your block, and the question is given like this. Wedge is going in this direction with velocity v1. Wedge is going with velocity what? v1. Question is, find out the velocity of the block. Find velocity of what? Block with respect to wedge. Here is the question. Okay, or either they will provide you wedge is going with acceleration a or a1 or whatever the value is. They can provide you this theta value also. Question will be again the same. Find out the acceleration of what? B. I got my point. Either with respect to the wedge or either with respect to the ground. I got my point. Now listen to me. Again, you have found there is a string connected. Now you know how to apply the string method. Yes or no? Let us apply these things, connecting points and disconnecting points. So this is your point number 1. This is your point number 2. This is your point number 3. And this is your point number 4. Okay. Now obviously, if this block is going in this direction, so can I say that block B will be going in the downward direction? You can choose anything, either the upward direction or the downward direction, your wish. Okay, again, if the answer comes in negative, that means what you have chose the direction is wrong. I got my point. So let's say block B is going in this direction and the velocity is v2. Okay, so v2 is the velocity with respect to whom? With respect to the wedge, not with respect to the ground. I got my point. If you are calculating with respect to the ground, that means v1's and v2's resultant or the net will be the velocity along the with respect to the ground. Are yes or no? Okay. Now how to do this answer? First thing, with method 1, let's say this one is your method 1. Okay. By using method 1, again this point is fixed. So can I say v1 plus of v2 plus of v3 plus of v4, which is equals to 0. Are yes or no? Okay. Now v1 it is fixed. Then can I say 0 velocity? Are yes or no? Okay. v1 is, that means wedge is going in this direction with what velocity v1. Then can I say that point number 2 is also going in this direction? Why? Because it is being connected to the wedge. Yes. Then can I say it will decrease the length of this string? Then minus or plus? Minus. Okay. So minus of v1. I got my point. Okay. Then next, let us discuss about the v3 and v4. v3 and v4, let us try to understand over here. This is your point v3, point number 3, and this is your point number 4. Point number 3 and point number 4, 2 and 3 both are connected to that pulley. Are yes or no? If the wedge is going in this direction, obviously with v1 velocity, then can I say that v1 is also moving with the same velocity. Point number 3 is also moving with the same velocity. That is what v1. Yes or no? But we also know that velocity along the string remains same. Yes or no? That means, can I say that velocity along the string means this is the velocity along the string? Yes. We need to calculate that. If this one is theta, obviously if I mark over here like this, then this also becomes what? Theta na. So this is your theta. If this is v1, then can I say that this one will be v1 cos theta and exactly over here v1 sin theta. Can I say that? Achha. What will be the velocity at this point? v1 cos theta. What will be the velocity here? v1 cos theta. That means at this point, that means at point number 4, this point is having two velocities in two opposite directions. One is what? In this direction, that means in this direction, that is what? v1 cos theta, and block is going in this direction by v2 velocity. Are yes or no? Now, let us try to discuss further ahead. v3, what will be the velocity of v3? Or v1 or v1 cos theta? Yes, very good. So, it will increase the length. That means, can I say that v1 cos theta? Yes or no? Okay, now let us discuss on the point number 4 over here. This is your point number 4. In this direction, you are having a velocity v1 cos theta, and in the downward direction, the velocity is v2. Or yes or no? Now tell me, when we are discussing about the point 4, all the other points should be considered as what? At rest. If I say in the downward direction there is no velocity, even though, can I say v1 cos theta will decrease the length of that string? Yes. Then can I say that plus of this minus v4 is having two terms. One is v2 in the downward direction and one is what? v1 cos theta in the upward direction. Now minus of v1 cos theta, and this point, if velocity is considered in the downward direction, this length get increases, that means plus of v2, which is equals to 0. Can I write like this? Aaya samajh mein? Easy hai? Okay. Then if I open that, then can I cancel this v1 cos theta and v1 cos theta? Left out is what? Minus of v1 plus of v2, which is equals to 0, or this can be written as v1 is equals to v2. Can I say that? If wedge is going with 10 meter per second, that block is also going with 10 meter per second. Now let us try to understand the method 2. In method 2, what you need to consider that, here up kar do kya? No? Okay. In method 2, consider like this. All you need to consider, the wedge is at rest. Are yes or no? Whenever we are discussing for the relative, always the moving particle where the body is sitting, you have to consider that as rest. So let's say this wedge is at rest. If I consider this wedge is at rest, now how many points still? 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 2 and 3 is connected to this wedge. Are yes or no? And if I consider this wedge at rest, that obviously 2 and 3 will be 0 velocity. Are yes or no? And we know that if I say this wedge is at rest, then can I say that this surface is going in that direction? Now the surface will be going in this direction. I got my point. When I consider this surface at rest, this wedge is going in this direction. Now what I am considering, this wedge is at rest. Now definitely the surface will be moving towards in that direction. Are yes or no? If that wedge is going in that direction, it will go, can I say that, with the same velocity v1? Yes or no? So now the surface is going in this direction by v1 velocity. If the surface is going with v1 velocity towards the wedge, this length increases or decreases? Decreases. That means this point number 1 will be moving with what? v1 velocity, and it is moving towards the wedge and it is decreasing the length. Then minus v1 or plus v1? Minus v1. Okay. So minus of v1. Point number 2 and point number 3, obviously wedge is at rest, that means they are at rest. So 0 plus of 0. I got my point. Left out is what? Point number 4, and point number 4 according to the wedge is going in this direction, and it will be taken as what? v2 velocity. So plus of v2, which is equals to 0, or can I say that minus v1 plus of v2, which is equals to 0, or v1 is equals to v2. Same answers, 2 method, your wish. Either take surface at rest or either take wedge at rest. I got my point? Aya? Right. Okay, shall I level up the question? Okay, very good. So example number 2, let's say again the surface is like this, and there is a wedge, and on this wedge there is one pulley. This pulley is being connected with a string, and there is one more pulley, and this one will be like this, and this one is having connected like this. You can use any method. This one is A, this one is B. Question is this block is going in this direction by 10 meter per second or 10 meter per square second, your wish. You can take acceleration, and this angle is 37 degrees. Okay, same question again. Find the velocity of block B with respect to what? wedge as well as with respect to what? Ground. कुछ भी नहीं है, easy रहेगा. Okay, try this first. Okay, everyone done the answer? At least with respect to wedge, correct na? Okay, with respect to ground, you are getting different answer. Okay. Shall I? Okay. So with method 1, I will do with both method 1 till method 1 in with first one and second one, but with respect to ground. With respect to what? Wedge. But with respect to ground, the things will be same. Either do with method 1, method 2. With respect to ground, there is only a single option. Okay. Now the answer is for with respect to what? Wedge. With respect to what? Wedge. First thing, marking the points. So let's say this one is your point number 1. This is 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is your 8. And let's say this block is going in this direction by v velocity. Okay, 1 is given, not 10. Okay, so it is going in that direction by v velocity. With method 1, can I say that? This block, first thing we need to consider, surface is at rest with method 1. Then with method 2, wedge is at rest. Okay, so can I say 2, 3, 4, 5 all are at rest? Zeros. Okay, now can I say point number 1 and point number 6 both are moving with the same velocity, that is what? 10 meter per second. So let me write over here v1 plus v2 plus v3 so on till how many points? v8, which is equals to what? 0, and v1 is going in this direction. This point 1 is going in that direction now. That means this length get decreases. Then can I say minus of 10 meter per second? Are yes or no? Then next, v2 is 0, v3 is 0, v4 is 0, v5 is 0. So 0 plus of 0 plus of 0 plus of 0. Are you got my point? Now point number 6. Point number 6 is also going in this direction. That means this length get decreases, obviously minus 10. Are yes or no? And point number 7. Point number 7 will be going in this direction, na beta? Are yes or no? Obviously, if this one is 37, then this also becomes what? 37. Yes. Then point number which one? 7. So point number 7 increases the length. If this going in that direction, this length get increases, then can I say plus of point number 7 is what? 10 cos of 37 degrees. Yes or no? Okay. And on point number 8, you will be having two velocities. One is in that direction and one is in the upward side direction. Yes or no? So in the upward direction, point number 8 will be having 10 cos of 37 degree, and in the downward direction, it will be having a point velocity v. Are yes or no? This 10 cos 37 decreases the length and this v increases the length. Are yes or no? Then can I say that minus of 10 cos of 37 plus of v, which is equals to 0. Yes? Okay. Then can I cancel this and this? Left out is what? Minus 10 and this minus 10, that is what? Minus of 20 plus of v, which is equals to 0, or v is equals to 20 meter per second. This is the velocity with respect to whom? With respect to what? Wedge. Are you got my point? Okay. By using the second method also. Let us apply the second method. So method 2, again this method 2 is for with respect to what? Wedge. Okay. Now, what is the second method? You need to consider wedge at rest. Are you got my point? If I say wedge at rest, then can I say 6 and 7 will be at 0. Yes. And this surface will be going in that direction and by this velocity, that is what? 10 meter per second. I got my point. And those who are thinking and considering 3 and 4 velocity, beta, that is in vertical form. Everything is moving in horizontal. That means you have to consider 3 and 4 should be 0. Got my point? That is the first mistake. Okay, now listen to me. So, now wedge is at rest. That means, can I say point number 1, point number 6 and point number 7 all are at rest. Who are moving? So, let me write one more time over here. V1 plus V2 so on till V8 is equals to what? 0. V1, 0. V2, it is going in that direction. Na? Definitely this length get what? Decreases, and it is will be going by 10 meter per second. That means minus of 10. Then next V3 is 0, V4 is 0, V5 obviously again it is going in that direction. Can I say that decreases the length? Then minus of 10. Yes or no? 6 and 7 both will be 0. Why? Because they are connected on the wedge. Now left out is what? 0.8. 0.8 is going with velocity v. Obviously it will be increasing the length. So this one is 0. I got my point? Okay. Now minus 10 and minus 10, that means minus of 20 plus of v, which is equals to 0, or v is equals to 20 meter per second. So these are both the velocities with what respect to wedge, either method 1 or either method 2, your wish. Okay, now the next thing is with respect to ground. That is more important for you guys. Okay, now listen to me. With respect to ground, when the observer is watching from the ground, obviously, where is A going? A is going in this direction, and with respect to A, B is going in that direction. That means I need to calculate the resultant or the net. Are yes or no? Okay, if I want to calculate the net, then can I say that? Let me draw on the here. This is the wedge now. So this is your wedge, and this is your surface, and this one is making an angle how much? 37 degree. Are yes or no? Now, according to the wedge, this one is going in this direction by 20 meter per second. Are yes or no? And the wedge is going in which direction? In that direction. So wedge is going in this direction by how much? 10 meter per second. Are yes or no? Okay. Now resolving the component of this velocity in x-axis as well as in y-axis, then can I say that this is one component and this one will be the other component? Can I? Okay, if this one is 37, can I also say that this one becomes 37 degrees? Yes. Now this is 20 meter per second, then can I say that this one is 20 cos of 37 and this one is 20 sine of 37 degrees. I got my point? Okay, in x-axis, how many velocities are there? This block is going in this direction by, the system is going in this direction by 10 meter per second, and over here it is going by 20 cos of 37 degrees. I got my point? So for the x-axis velocity along the x-axis should not be written only this velocity. I got my point? So 20 cos of 37 is 4 by 5. Are yes or no? 4 by 5 means, then can I say that this one will be 5, 4, 4, 4, 16. So 16 minus of 10, that is nothing but 6 meter per second. Are yes or no? 6 meter per second in that direction. This one is having a greater value. Are yes or no? Okay, then next along the y-axis, that means velocity along the y-axis is nothing but 20 sine of 37. Sine of 37 is 3 by 5. That means, can I say that this will be having a value 12 meter per second. So along the y-axis, it will be having 12 meter per second. So calculating the answer, that is your v net, velocity net or acceleration net, whatever the value. So vx square plus of vy square will provide you the velocity with respect to ground. That means the net will provide you velocity with respect to what? Ground. Okay. Then next thing, substituting the value, that is what vx is nothing but 6 square, that is what 36, plus of 12 square, that is what 144, and 144 plus of 36, that is what 180. Whatever the value is under the root of 180 meter per second, this is velocity with respect to what? Ground. Aya? So this is how we calculate the velocity with respect to ground. Either by method 1 or either by method 2, you have to reach there only. Alright, got my point? So example number 3, you have to try this whole answer on your own. Okay? At the end I will do, but you have to try the answer at least. So consider, don't get panic by seeing the diagram again and again. I am telling you, once you understand this concept, any kind of diagram, any kind of system will be easy for you guys. Consider here is a surface like this, and on this surface there is a wedge kept like this. This is the wedge. Okay, and one more block is been kept on this like this. This is your block over here, and this is your A. This time the block is going in this direction. Sorry, wedge is going in that direction. Let's say by velocity again 10 meter per second. All you need to calculate, find the velocity of block with respect to ground. Okay, and start drawing the diagram. This pulley is being connected like this. Okay, enough now? Or some more pulleys? Enough? Okay. So, find out the velocity of B. Question is find velocity, find VB with respect to ground. Okay. And angle is again, let's say take 37. Come on, try this. Okay, let me check the answer. Sabka aa gaya? Okay, chalo. Shall I start? Okay, now this consider this as your point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, this is 4, this is your 5, this is your 6, this is your 7, and this is your 8. Where you have taken the pulley? Going upward? Okay. So let's say this one is going in the upward direction, so VB is going in that direction. Okay, I am doing with method 2, you have done with method 1 or method 2, your wish. Answers will be same now. Okay, shall I? Method 2 means you have to consider this wedge at rest. Yes or no? Okay, now point number 1. Point number 1. If this block is going in this direction, yes or no? Obviously, this one will be going in this direction if I consider this as rest. So, system or the surface is going in the direction by, let's say, 10 meter per second. I got my point. Now, point number 1 is going in that direction. Everything is at rest. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Or will consider that to be rest. That means this length get decreases and minus of 10. Let me write this one V1 plus of V2 so on till how many points? V8 which is equals to what? 0. V1 is going in that direction. That length decreases minus of 10 meter per second. Are yes or no? Then can I say that 2, 3, 6, 7 all are at rest. Now can I also say that 4 and 5 will also be moving with same velocity in that direction, length get decreases. Very good. So point number 2, 0. Point number 3, 0. Point number 4, minus of 10. Point number 5, minus of 10. 6, 7, 0 plus of 0. And 8, obviously we are considering if it is going in the upward direction, what we have chosen the direction? Upward now. If it is going in the upward direction, this length decreases. That means minus of VB, and which is all equal to what? 0. Yes or no? And minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, that is what? Minus of 30, minus of VB which is equals to 0, or VB is equals to minus of 30 meter per second. That means what you have chose the direction is wrong. In reality, this block is not going in the upward direction. This block is going in this direction. Yes or no? Okay. So from here, can I say that this VB is equals to 30 meter per second? Yes? Okay. If VB is going with 30 meter per second, whose velocity is that? That means what velocity is this? With respect to wedge or with respect to ground? With respect to wedge. This velocity is with respect to wedge. What we need to calculate with respect to whom? Ground. Okay. Now, let us try to understand this one, this VB. This is your VB and VB is what? 30 meter per second. This is going in this direction. Are yes or no? And one more velocity, it is in this direction, that is what? 10 meter per second surface velocity. Are yes or no? And obviously this angle will be 37 degree. If this is 37 degree, that means if I draw over here, then also that becomes what? 37 degree. This angle becomes 37 degree. And if I resolve this component, one component will be in this direction, that is what? 30 cos of 37 and this one will be 30 sine of 37. Sabhi ka aaya itna? Okay, all these two are in the same direction. All you need to do what? Adding. One is in y-axis. So Vx is nothing but 30 cos of 37 degrees plus of this 10 and this value becomes how much? 37, 4 by 5, 6, 24. 24 plus of 10, that is what your 34. Are yes or no? Aya? Okay. So the next Vy is nothing but 30 sine of 37 degrees, that is nothing but 30 into 3 by 5, 5, 6, that is what? 18 meter per second. Then can I say that V net is nothing but under the root of Vx square plus of Vy square. This is nothing but under the root of 34 square plus of 18 square. That is your answer. Aage solve kar lo, you will be getting the answer. Okay. Any doubt? No, na? So don't ever get panicked by seeing just the diagrams. Okay. Okay, shall I move to the next topic? Right now the heading, that is what? Just wedge constraint. Only wedge now. You want one more? Okay. सच में एक चाहिए और करो. Example number 4. Consider here is the surface and draw the diagram fast, please. And here is one triangular wedge like this. And on this wedge, there is a pulley. Okay, enough now. Yes, and here is the wedge. This is your B, this one is A. Where should I take A? In that or here? Your wish. You can take this one is going in this direction by, let's say, 10 meter per second, and this one is making an angle 37 degrees. Question is, find the velocity of B. Find velocity of B, that is your VB, with respect to wedge and with respect to ground. Okay, chalo. Anything else you want me to add? No, na? Try this. तू पागल है क्या? देख बेटा, सुन ध्यान से. If I say this one is at rest, if this one is at rest, that means this whole system will be moving in that direction, na? Why? Because in reality this wedge is going in this direction. Then ये क्या लगेगा उसको, पास आ रहे जैसा लगेगा, और ये वाला साइड दूर जा रहे जैसा लगेगा ना. Then length will be increases for those point and length will be decreases for these pulleys, na? Are yes or no? Okay, let me start now. Starting marking from here, let's say 1, 2, this is 3, this is your 4, this is 5, 6, 7, बहुत ज़्यादा हो गए, 8, and this is your 9, this is your 10, this is your 11, 12, 13, and this point is what? 14. Where should I consider the block is going? Upward direction. Okay. So let's say VB is going in this direction. Shall I? So again, shall I do with method 2 directly? Okay. So if I consider for method 2, then can I say that 1, 13, 12, 11, 10 all are at rest? Are yes or no? Okay. Now 2, obviously 3 is 0, 4 is 0, 5 will be going in that direction. This one, this surface will be going in this direction, and this surface is going in this direction. Yes or no? With what velocity? Again, we know that by 10 meter per second. Why? Because given that this wedge is going in this direction by 10. Are yes or no? If this wedge is going in that direction, then can I say that the directions will be in this direction and this one will be going in that direction? Simple logic. Okay, now V1. So V1 plus of V2, so on. How many points are there? 14. So V14 which is equals to what? 0. कितना है आंसर? 0 आ रहा है, देखते हैं चलो. So V1, if your answer is 0, that means with respect to wedge that is 0. With respect to ground, it will be moving with same velocity. Yes or no? Okay, now. So 1 means that is on the wedge, so 0, and 2 is going in that direction. This length decreases, so minus of 10. 3 is 0, 4 is 0, 5 minus of 10, 6 plus of 10. Yes or no? Why? Because this one is going in that direction. That means this length increases. 7, 0, 8, 0, 9 again plus 10. Why? Because this length increases. That means plus 10. And this 10, 0, 11, 0, 11 is also 0, 12 is also 0, 13 is also 0. Yes or no? 14 is going with VB. If VB I have taken in the upward direction, this length decreases. Yes or no? That means plus of VB which is equals to 0. Now minus 10, minus 10. So let me cancel this negative 10 and this positive 10. This negative 10 and this positive 10. Anything else left out? Nothing. So yes, the answer is correct. So VB is equals to 0. If VB is equals to 0, that means with respect to whom? With respect to whom? This with respect to what? Wedge. If with respect to wedge that is what 0, then can I also say that with respect to the ground it is moving with the same velocity? Yes or no? Relative में यही पढ़े हम लोग. So with respect to wedge, that is what your velocity is 0. Got my point? Now write down.